What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the different weld types, the different joint types, and the different weld positions you guys will encounter out here in the shop. Now, there's more weld types besides this. We'll go over those in your blueprint class, but these are the most common ones you're actually going to see in the shop. So to start with, we have fillet welds. Fillet welds are going to be our beginner welds that we start with on any process. The different types of fillet welds, we can have a T-joint, where we have two pieces of metal stacked on top of each other, a lap joint, a corner joint, or a socket weld. And if you will notice, on all fillet welds, they form a 90-degree angle where the weld goes. So a fillet weld is basically a 90-degree angle that's been welded. Now, for that, we have AWS, American Weld Society, sets these set standard symbols that tell us on a blueprint what welds are what. The AWS symbol for a fillet weld would be this triangle shape that's considered the fillet weld symbol. So we see that, we know we got a fillet weld somewhere on our part. Now, before we get into all the other different welds, we're going to go ahead and jump into the positions that we would see fillet welds in. Now, there's 4 different positions. We have 1F, 2F, 3F, and 4F. They're labeled with F's because they're fillet welds. To give you an idea of those, we'll use a T-joint here for example. 1F is where the T-joint is in the flat position. Our weld axis is flat, and we actually weld this part just like this. Very similar to horizontal, where the T-joint is now in the horizontal position, the weld axis is horizontal, it would be welded like that. Then we have the vertical position, 3F, we can either weld it uphill or weld it downhill. Then we have the overhead position. That's the 4 positions for fillet welds. Now, we need to know those 4 positions because when we're out in the shop, we might say, hey, that needs to be in the 3F, or that needs to be 2F. You need to know what 2F is, what 3F is. You gotta know our 4 positions. That's the beginners. Now we're gonna jump on down to grooves. All kinds of different grooves. Now we can do grooves on plates, like this, or we can do grooves on pipe. We're going to start with plate because that's going to be the next step after fillet welds. We have 4 positions for plates: 1G, 2G, 3G, and 4G. Very similar to the 1F, 2F, 3F, 4F. We change it to a G because it's a groove weld. Pretty much the same stuff. Here we have a V groove with a backing strip. Very common weld that you'll see out here in the shop. So we have it set up. Weld axis is in the flat position. That's 1G. You can weld it like so. We can now switch it to 2G, which is horizontal. The weld axis is in the horizontal position. It can be welded like that. Vertical, 3G, can be welded up or be welded down. And then we have overhead, just like that. So pretty much just like the fillet welds when it comes to groove welds on plates. Now let's talk about the different groove welds you'll see on plates out here. We have a single V groove, and you can see kind of the joint design we'll have there. We have a single V groove with a backing strip, which is what we just saw here. Now a lot of times what we see with a single V groove without a backing, we call that an open groove. That's just kind of a welder's term for it. We have with backing, and then we have the square groove, where you have 2 plates that don't have any bevel preparation on those. Very common in the AC aluminum. That's actually what we'll take our certification test on, is a square groove. Now, just for a side note, all groove welds are considered butt joints. Doesn't matter what type of groove it is, it's considered a butt joint. So that's a good side note there. You can see the AWS symbols that go along with the different grooves. V groove is just a simple V. A single V groove in the backing, it has a little square box over it to show the backing. And then the square groove has just square. It kind of shows that metal preparation on each one of those. Now we're going to switch gears to the groove on pipe. So groove on pipe only has 4 positions, but they're labeled a little bit differently. So 1G is where the weld is in the flat axis, but we can rotate this pipe as it's being welded. So we can weld a section, spin it, weld a section, spin it, or we can put it in a position here that will spin it constantly for us while we're welding. So that's 1G. 2G is where now our weld is in the horizontal axis, Going to be welded just like so, and same thing, we can spin this pipe if we need to. Have all those welds go in the same direction. So 1G, very common in the real world. If you're in a pipe stand or jack stand, getting everything built, as much stuff as we could. 2G, very common. You see a lot of pipes running in the 2G position. The next one, 5G. This one to me is personally the hardest one. 5G is where we have the pipe in a horizontal axis, but it's fixed. We cannot rotate this, and we either have to weld from 6 to 12 or from 12 to 6, uphill or downhill. And then we have to come to the other side and weld up or weld down. We cannot rotate this pipe at all. Very hard position, probably one of the most common positions you'll see in the real world. Then we go to 6G, sometimes called the Arkansas bell hold. It is where this pipe is at a 45-degree angle in a fixed position. Same thing, we either have to weld from 6 to 12 or from 12 to 6, uphill or downhill. This is the most common position whenever you're taking a qualification test to hire in for a job or to get certified. 6G is the most common one. To me, 5G is harder, but technically to code, 6G is the hardest test to do. Especially when we get you guys certified in, but if you're going to be a pipe welder, we want to get you slick and awful positions, because those first three are what you're actually going to see in the real world. Not a lot of pipes in the 6G position in the real world. So talking about pipes, we have a single V groove, much like on the plates. Again, we call that an open root. Very rare that you ever have a backing inside of a pipe. It's possible, but rare. Then we also have a U groove. Now, a U groove is a special type of pipe that actually has a J groove finish on it. And when we put two J's together, it makes a U groove. You can kind of see that on the metal preparation. Not the most common thing in the world, but pipe is where you see the U grooves the most. And again, we have the AWS symbols for that, a single V groove, and then we have two J's together makes a single U groove. And that's pretty much it on the different positions, the different weld types, and different weld joints you guys are going to see out here in the shop. Thanks.